It was my last year of dietitian school when I got the call. It was my mom, and it was about my dad, and he was 47 years old at the time, and he was running a race in my hometown in White Bear Lake, Minnesota, and instead of sailing across the finish line like he always did, this time he was walking and he was gripping his chest, and he was rushed into immediate, major, unexpected heart surgery. And this was just like the craziest thing for me because my dad was the picture of health. He didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he ate low fat, low calorie, like a perfect diet, and he was running a race when this happened, for Christ's sake. I mean, he was running a race. He ran like 3 miles a day. For what I knew, my dad was like the perfect picture of health. And I'll never forget, I sat in his exam room after the major surgery, and the dietitian walked in. And I was so curious to see what she'd have to say. Because remember, I was in school to be a dietitian at the time. And I thought, man, like she must know something that I don't know. Because I'd been following all the same dieting rules that my dad was. I was also eating low fat and low calorie. And I was also running like a crazy person, trying to burn all these calories that I was taking in. And I thought like she must know something that I don't know. So she came in and she looked at my dad and she said, I want you to make sure you're eating low fat, low calorie. Don't ever look at a stick of butter again. Make sure you're using margarine. Have oatmeal every day for breakfast with skim milk and a glass of orange juice. And I'm like, he's already doing all these things. And she's like, okay, perfect, keep doing them. And I was like, but isn't that what landed him on your operating table in the first place? And this was such a wake-up call for me because then I looked at myself and I'm like, I'm 20 pounds heavier from following all these same low-fat, low-calorie dieting rules. And here my dad is, who almost died on this operating table. Like something is not adding up here. So that's when it really became my mission to get to the root of like what's actually going on. Because in my next few years in school as a registered dietitian, I came across a lot of information that was complete opposite to what I was learning in school. I found that cholesterol isn't the villain that we thought it was. In fact, it's actually an essential nutrient. I found that high fat diets may actually be better than high carb diets because of how they regulate blood sugar and insulin. I found that, all these rules that our government was telling us and that dietitians are telling us and doctors are telling us might actually be making us sicker and fatter. And none of it was really making sense to me. So this has really become my life mission to break all these dieting rules and help people follow diets that actually work, that are actually based on research and not just outdated information from dusty old textbooks. This has really become my life mission. And it's a calling on my heart because this wouldn't have had to happen to my dad if him and I would have been educated from the start. I'm just so grateful that he survived, and I'm grateful that he's here with us today. And I'm also grateful that he stopped following all of these outdated dieting rules and he started following my program. And because of that, he's in the best shape that he's been his whole life. And he hasn't died of a heart attack. And I just wanted to share this with you. If you know someone, if you care about your parents and they're going through something similar, or if you know someone who is in a tough place, who has heart disease or diabetes, or they're struggling with weight that they just can't shed no matter how hard they try, there is a better way. It doesn't have to be like this forever. And this is why my mission is really to break all these dieting rules and shed light on all of the actual science-based research that's out there. So all I'm asking today is share this video. Please share this video. You might be thinking like, Cassie, I'm just one person. Like, what kind of change can I make in the world? And change always starts with one person. This starts with me. It starts with you. So if you care about your parents, if you care about your loved ones, if you know that there's someone that needs to see this and maybe you don't even know who it is, I really encourage you to just share this. We can get this message out there. There is a better way. We can do this together. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for sharing.